It's really great to be here. Good evening to all of you. My wife Karen and I are really just so pleased to be able to join you and be a part of this special celebration. So, when I came to the university 2 years ago, I had to fill out requisite HR paperwork that you have to complete when you start a new job. And when I got to the part that asked who should be notified in case of emergency, I wrote down a good doctor. So engineers like me have a rule that you have to tell a little joke when you talk to a room full of doctors. And so I spent a little time this afternoon finding a whole lot of jokes about doctors that I could share with you afterwards if you want to know. Just know I'm a fan of dad jokes, so they're all groaners. More seriously, I'm honored to be with you tonight. The School of Medicine continues to be a pride point for this university among the country's top medical schools in research and in NIH funding. It is an absolutely key component to our research enterprise, and it truly is the intellectual glue of health education and research across Cleveland's academic medical centers. These include the Cleveland Clinic, the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center, the Metro Health System, and of course, university hospitals. And the School of Medicine's Dean Stan Gerson has done an absolutely tremendous job in guiding the school's way. Stan, thank you for your leadership. I want to congratulate those of you who are celebrating a milestone reunion year, but especially those who are members of the class of, wait for it, 1973. Thank you for being here. And congratulations to those alumni who are being honored with awards tonight. In fact, two of our university trustees will be among the honorees. They are Ro Green and Vince Gariani. So congratulations to Ro and to Vince. They're joined this evening by two other colleagues on the board, Jim Fleming, who is an alumnus of the School of Medicine, and Bud Koch. Thank you for being here and for your generous service to the university. I also want to say thank you to those who have supported the School of Medicine and the university with financial gifts. Your generosity creates opportunities for students through scholarship and absolutely advances our life-changing research and innovation. We appreciate you and your support beyond what mere words can say. Now, I know you have quite the evening of programming planned, and so without further delay, I'd like to introduce the physician musicians. I did not make that name up, but it's pretty cute. So the physician musicians are one of several musical groups on campus, but they're a little unique in the fact that they have both faculty and student members. The physician musicians, okay, that's just hard to say. Physician musicians focus on bringing the joy of music to healthcare facilities while creating a space for members to collaborate and share their musical passion. This group is led by Dr. Mimi Lamb, who is a member, coincidentally, of the class of 1973 and so is also celebrating her 50th reunion. Congratulations to you, Mimi, and thank you for your service as a member of our faculty. So please welcome Dr. Lamb and School of Medicine student Tim Nichols, who will now share a performance with us. Enjoy your evening.
Good evening. I'm Stan Gerson, as President Kaler kindly noted, and I'm delighted to serve as MC for the rest of the evening as we begin our review of activities of the School of Medicine and then move into our awards ceremony and thanks for the incredible efforts that our alumni make for our medical school. I should also comment as I begin my remarks that my son James and now daughter-in-law Danielle Burstein both graduated in the class of 2012. And when I became dean, I was delighted to find out just how many deans had spawned children who have also attended this great medical school. So they're following in that tradition, which I'm delighted by. So we have many people here with us. We also have live stream that'll keep us busy and give us all a chance to review what we might have missed. And we've certainly enjoyed the entertainment from our medical students, and there'll be another treat that comes along just in a little while. And I'm pleased that we have so many alums back, the 3 and the 8s. President Kaler called out the 50th reunion for the class of 1973. And we're so proud that you are both here and that you carry the name of our medical school throughout your careers and your interactions with your patients, your communities, your hospitals, your universities, wherever you are. And you have done an amazing job in your careers, and we're delighted that you were here to help us get you started. I'm always curious just to see how many folks have come from far away. So I'm wondering how many, if they could raise their hands, came from within the state of Ohio. That's an easy number. Thank you, and glad that you're here. And how many, therefore, from outside the state of Ohio? I won't ask how far, but thank you again. It's been my honor to serve as dean for the last 3 years and to come to recognize the incredible accomplishments of our alums, all of you across the country and those that I've met. It's been a remarkable learning experiment for me to meet the incredible accomplishments of our alums. Some are deans, some are chairs of academic departments, exceptional practitioners, inventors, entrepreneurs, advocates for public health, nationally recognized for their expertise and located across the globe, not just the United States, to deliver much needed medical care. And I simply can't be more proud to be at the helm of such an incredible school and organization that represents all of you as alums. So thank you again for all that you've accomplished, all that you do, and what you and your successors will continue to accomplish. Now, you might ask, what have we done for you lately? So many of you are here in the health education campus building for the first time, and you'll see that we actually finally figured out as a university and as a medical school how to build an incredibly world-class education center. And you saw some of our activities, those of you who participated in IQ, and tomorrow morning you'll be able to see the HoloLens if you haven't already. The educational environment here continues to excel and lead the country. I get to visit other medical schools, and let me tell you, both the facilities and the approach that we take to education, introducing students to incredible both technologies, our virtual laboratories, our simulation center, our hollow anatomy, early exposures to community and urban health, pathways that include those areas as well as health advocacy, wellness, nutrition, entrepreneurship, global health, addiction, and climate change. We're keeping up with the times with our educational approach, and I'm sure that that will spawn great careers for our students. And we are continuing to reinvest in our faculty and our research enterprise and really encompass throughout Cleveland over 3,400 full-time faculty of the School of Medicine. Many are employed at our 4 hospitals who are major contributors to all that we do in the school. So it's a very special time for me to be able to give you an update of what we're up to and to remind you that this entire large collection of individuals really contribute to the mission of the school, which was to improve global health by linking research to populations in a superb educational environment. I also want to thank those involved in the 2023 reunion leadership who made this weekend possible. They made sure that we kept your interest throughout the entire time. You provide such an important boost to our direction, our impacts, and our trajectory. We, in fact, have 8 new members of our Medical Alumni Board, and so I'd ask those new members to please stand so we can recognize them. If you know you're a new member, thank you. You may not know what you're getting yourself into, but I'm absolutely positively sure that those on the alumni board will keep you busy, and Beth will have plenty to do, and I understand you're having your next meeting, I think tomorrow, and I will be the recipient of the outcome with a long to-do list, which I'm delighted by. And I also want to thank the nomination committee members, Pam Brown and Eric Rothfuss, who are making their full best effort to recruit important members to that board. Now, it's wonderful to identify and recognize the class of 73 who are celebrating their 50th year reunion. Many remain active in their practice. I don't like to use the word still. I like to use the word remain active. I expect you to keep going and continue your 50 years of service to your patients and your communities, and many of you actively involved in education as well. And I would note that we are, as our students are, incredible beneficiaries of your generosity to support our student scholarship program. And I can absolutely assure you that the students with us this evening and many more of their colleagues are incredibly grateful for the support that they've received through the scholarship program that we have at the school. So if I could, I'd like to ask the members of the class of 73 to stand up so we can recognize you. Thank you. Now, one member of that class gave the Dean's Distinguished Lecture this afternoon, Nina Russell. Her role at the Gates Foundation developing HIV vaccines that I'm sure will someday eradicate that disease, and TB vaccines, which could eradicate that disease worldwide. You know, I'm often embarrassed when people ask me what I do all day. And I say, well, I sit in my office and I answer the phone and I'm on Zoom, and sometimes people walk into the office and I deal with them. And then they ask me what my wife does when she was active in practice. And I say, well, she did 3 C-sections, delivered 2 kids, and saw 14 in the office. And then I think about what Nina Russell does. Nina Russell is just trying to save the lives of a few million people. Thank goodness, Nina, for what you do. So thank you. So we're going to move on to the awards ceremony. And before I do so, I'm going to have the Docapella come up and give us a nice interlude. I think I can find them assembling. Here they come. Good. So while they're coming up to visit with us, I also want to congratulate Phil Resnick, class of 63, who received the University Alumni Association's Presidential Achievement Award earlier today. And any of you who heard his brief comments were struck by how deeply he views the issues of psychiatry and the diseases associated with psychiatry and the disorders associated with psychiatry. He has a way of penetrating concepts that few of us can. So I would now like to turn it over to Docapella. Come on. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Hello, thank you so much for being here tonight. My name is Mike Komarovsky. I'm a second-year medical student here.
And I'm Meghna Iyer. I'm a third-year medical student here. And we're really, really honored and excited to have this opportunity to perform for you all. We are the co-leaders this year for Docapella, which is Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine's premier co-ed a cappella group.
And in addition to performing here tonight, we'll also be performing at our annual Doc Opera event. For those of you who don't know, Doc Opera is an event that we hold every year to fundraise for the student-run health clinic. And this year, the theme of that event is going to be Medically Blonde, which you can see the logo for on the screens here. The event is going to be on December 16th. It's going to be a night full of music, performances, dancing, all of medical parodies of popular songs, classic hits. So we hope to see you all there.
Yeah, so to give you a preview of what Doc Opera will look like, we are excited to perform for you The Sign, and we hope you enjoy our performance tonight. Thank you.
One, two, three, four.
Whoa, whoa, yeah.
I got a patient, and I don't know what he has, but he seems sick. How could a student like me care for him? He's got muscle spasms and not enough vitamin D. Ooh, an emergency. I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes, and now I'm giving my patients some calcium. I think he will be fine. I saw the sign inside of that Foster guy. I saw the sign. I saw the sign. I saw the sign.
Close your eyes, give me your hands, darling. I can feel your heart beating, tachycardia, pulses feel the same. Any trouble breathing? Can you tell me the reason that you can't squeeze my hand? I'm testing your strength. Do you feel like you're dying? Are you feeling any pain? I don't want you to lose feeling. Have you noticed swelling in your brain?
Oh yeah, tapping all around, practicing percussion, hearing clear long sounds, practicing, oh yeah. clear long sound. Ooh, yeah.
Practicing practicing
I'm practicing percussion.
Tap it around.
Thank you again for coming. Have a good rest of your night.
Well, now you know why I didn't want to go after that group, because I would have been pretty flat here. But here we go. So a fun part of our evening is to review the selection by our Medical Alumni Board Awards Committee of their choice for alumni awards. It is chaired by a good friend, Tom Adelson, who's the class of 76, who searches far and wide to come up with a list that then the group triggers down to an individual. Tom couldn't be with us this evening, so I'd like to ask his fellow awards committee member, Dee Banks, class of 74, to come up and join us. And to help with the awards, our alumni president, Beth Sursig, class of 1984, and the chair of the board's engagement committee, Janet Ross, graduate studies class of 2001, and you've met, and we'll come back up on stage, Dr. Becky Sarah, graduate studies class of 98, 2000, and by the way, 2010. So I'd like each of them to come up and join us, and we'll walk through our incredible alumni selection group. Please come forward.
Good evening. I'm Beth Sursig, and I will be begin the awards presentation with the Clifford J. Voigt, MD, Class of 34 Alumni Service Award. Since 1984, this special award has been presented to an alumnus who best emulates the spirit of Dr. Voigt in unselfish devotion and extraordinary volunteer service to the School of Medicine. This year's recipient is Elizabeth Southworth, class of 1993. A little history for Dr. Southworth is a Cleveland native and primary care provider at the Cleveland Clinic Foundation, Richard E. Jacobs Family Health Center in Avon, Ohio, and she's in her 28th year of practice. She served as section head for this site for 12 years and is on the Cleveland Clinic Foundation's Patient Advisory Board and Peer Review Committee. She lends her experience and mentorship to the School of Medicine by serving in several roles: IQ facilitator, physical diagnosis clinical preceptor, LCSP preceptor, e-portfolio reviewer, mentor of the CWRU Women in Medicine, and faculty advisor for the Case Mechanics Club and student doctor-patient group. So just a few things. Dr. Southworth, in honor of your outstanding service and devotion to our students, please accept this award, and would you like to say a few words?
Okay, thanks. It's such an honor to be here tonight. I'd like to thank the board and the students who nominated me. I think several of them are here tonight. I'm truly honored to be at this podium, and as I looked at the names of other recipients through the years, I'm really humbled to be on this list. Additionally, I'd like to thank my husband and med school classmate, Paul Groof, who's here with me tonight, along with our kids, Gigi and Charlie, for their support as I became more involved with the med school over the last 4 years. There is one more very important thank you owed this evening. In the fall of 2019, I decided to dip my toe into the volunteer water at Case Med School and was matched as a mentor with a then second-year student from Montana named Tessa Nelson. We got along famously, and when COVID struck, ended up spending a lot of time together. In a way, she became my mentor, encouraging me to explore new opportunities at the school. For that, I will be eternally grateful. So thanks to Tessa, who is now a second-year resident in emergency medicine. And now I'm going to take a minute for a shameless plug. Medical students in 1993 were pretty amazing. Several of them are here tonight, celebrating our 30th. And as I prepared to re-enter the world of medical school, I wondered a lot about what current medical students are like, and this is what I found. Case Med students today remain a very eclectic bunch. I've met musicians, mechanics, dancers, hunters, and singers. There are a few students that came straight out of undergrad, but many more bent arrows, some who came with families in tow. We have hometown students and some who came from locations all around the globe. Individually, they are remarkable. Collectively, as a student body, they are extraordinary. So I'd like to encourage all Case alumni in attendance tonight to open the emails from the medical school, try to find time in your schedule, and get involved. The passion these students have for the learning process is truly inspiring, and I'm confident you will consider it one of the highlights of your career as I do. Thank you very much.
Next is our Special Medical Alumni Board Award, presented to an individual who has made extraordinary contributions to the field of medicine. This year's recipient is Kelly Ramsey, School of Medicine class of 2003, Graduate Studies class of 2004. Dr. Ramsey is an internal medicine physician who has treated substance use disorder since 2004. She is board certified in internal medicine and addiction medicine. She also has a Master of Public Health in Epidemiology and a Master of Arts in Bioethics. Dr. Ramsey currently works as the Chief of Medical Services at New York State Office of Addiction Services and Support, and has provided expert advice to the New York State Department of Health AIDS Institute by serving on numerous committees for over a decade. Dr. Ramsey was a recipient of the Commissioner's Special Recognition Award for contributions to drug user health in New York in 2018. Dr. Ramsey is the president for the New York Society of Addiction Medicine Board of Directors. She sits on the American Society of Addiction Medicine National Board of Directors as the Region 1 Director, representing New York State. She is a council board member for the New York chapter of the American College of Physicians, an internal medicine physician professional organization. In 2017, Dr. Ramsey was a laureate award recipient awarded by the American College of Physicians. And in 2023, she received the Distinguished Contributions to Behavioral Medicine Award by the American College of Physicians. Unfortunately, Dr. Ramsey wasn't able to join us in person tonight, perhaps because she's done so many amazing things and is quite busy, I'm sure. But she recorded this message for us. So.
Thank you so much to the Medical Alumni Board and the Award Nominations Committee for giving me this award today. Really appreciate it. Sorry I can't be there in person. I'm very excited to hear that Case is adding an addiction medicine track to the medical school curriculum in the context of the current overdose crisis, which is unprecedented. And the increasingly toxic and unpredictable and dangerous drug supply, it is fantastic that we're getting this information in the hands of our future physicians. So again, thank you so much for giving this award. I really appreciate it.
Good evening. I'm Dee Banks, and I'll be introducing this year's Visionary Leadership Service Award, which is presented to an individual who has made extraordinary contributions in areas not recognized by the other awards, including exceptional community service, clinical expertise, teaching, mentoring, social or civic engagement, or other notable achievements. The recipient of the 2023 Visionary Leadership Service Award is Dr. Annette Sobel, the class of 1983. Dr. Annette Sobel is a dedicated public servant and scientist whose career has emphasized application of new technologies to counter emerging infectious diseases and impacts due to civil military disasters. She is a retired Major General in the Arizona and New Mexico Air National Guards and former New Mexico Homeland Security Director. She served as the Senior Assistant to the Chief National Guard Bureau, as the Chief's Advisor for Civil Military Support during and post 9/11, and as the Director of Intelligence for NGB during the Hurricane Katrina humanitarian response. She is a former member of the USAF Scientific Advisory Board and was a recipient of the Anti-Defamation League's Distinguished Public Service Award for the first nationally recognized interprofessional First Amendment Working Group for Homeland Security in New Mexico. She was a senior advisor to the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, where she helped solve One Health challenges to include new methodologies for global health and counterterrorism surveillance, technologies for humanitarian assistance and disaster management, and early detection and prevention of infectious diseases. Dr. Sobel served in combat in Operation Just Cause and supported space shuttle operations at NASA Dryden Test Flight Facility during Operation Desert Storm, while flight surgeon for the 75th Medevac Detachment, Fort Bragg. Dr. Sobel was responsible for all pre-hospital medical care and training, to include humanitarian missions in Central and South America and the Caribbean, and was a member of the United States Army's First Forward Army Surgical Team. Dr. Sobel, in honor of your extraordinary contributions to the field of medicine, and as the mother of a Marine who served in Afghanistan, thank you very much for your service.
Well, thank you very much to the Alumni Board and the School of Medicine for giving me the tools that I needed to be successful throughout my career and still to contribute to society. You know, I'm really humbled by this, but I want to say that I didn't accomplish anything by my own. It was all based on activities I've done with others and team members, and mostly through learning from others. I want to thank my husband for all of his efforts and tolerance of all my time away from home. But mostly, I also want to thank my grandfather, who many of his family members were survivors and also killed in the Holocaust. And this inspired my work in disaster response, mass casualty management, and technology development to help in the first virtual reality training system for medical teams and also for telemedicine for far forward medical care. And without the training that I received at CASE, I never could have done any of this. So thank you so much to all of you. On this side? This side.
Here, we'll go
Okay,
here.
okay,
It's
okay.
clear. We're getting our act together here. All right, there we go. You hold that.
This has been wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Put down the chairs.
Good evening. I'm Janet Cross. I'm a PhD grad from the year of 2000, and I have the pleasure of introducing this year's recipient of the Early Career Leadership Award. So this award goes to an alumni who've graduated in the last 15 years, who've made extraordinary contributions in areas including community service, clinical or research enterprise, mentoring, social or civic engagement, or other notable accomplishments. The 2023 recipient is Alexandra Rachinskaya, class of 2008. Dr. Rachinskaya is an associate professor in the Department of Ophthalmology at Case Western Reserve University's Cleveland Clinic Lerner College of Medicine and a member of the vitreoretinal faculty at Cleveland Clinic's Cole Eye Institute. Prior to her appointment at the Cleveland Clinic, Dr. Rachinskaya served as chief resident and director of ocular trauma at Bascom Palmer Eye Institute in Miami, Florida. Dr. Rachinskaya is a vital and varied researcher. She's involved in numerous clinical trials, including studies on diabetic retinopathy, age-related macular degeneration, and novel surgical approaches. In June of 2015, Dr. Rachinskaya and her colleagues at the Cole Eye Institute completed the first successful Argus II implant in the state of Ohio. She was the first to perform gene therapy surgery at Cole Eye Institute for a patient with an inherited retinal disease. Dr. Rachinskaya regularly publishes on her research with over 80 peer-reviewed publications, multiple invited publications, and book chapters. She has given numerous national and international presentations on her work. She is a member and serves on committees of the American Academy of Ophthalmology, the American Society of Retinal Specialists, the Witt-Buckle Society, and the Retinal Society. She is involved in advocacy and is the president-elect for the Ohio Ophthalmological Society. Dr. Rachinskaya, in honor of your extraordinary contributions to the field of medicine, please accept this early Career Leadership Award. And would you like to say a few words? You are welcome.
Good evening, and thank you so much for this fantastic introduction. It's such an honor to be here with you and to receive this award, and I thank the nomination committee. I'm particularly grateful because when I think of Case Western Reserve School of Medicine, I realize what an essential role it played in me becoming the clinician, the researcher, the leader, and the mentor that I am today. And when I reflect back, I realized that as I was thinking of leadership and mentorship, there wasn't any particular event or a class I took that taught me how to do it. And in fact, I feel it was the milieu that we were in, the culture, and the expectation. As a medical student, I always felt so honored to be here in Cleveland and to train with some of the world's best physicians. And I know it's true for the current medical students as well. And I had so many role models. Just to name a few, Dr. Lamb and Dr. Haney, who was my society dean. I also would like to acknowledge Dr. Weidensal, who I didn't know him when I was in training, but he's been my mentor and my inspiration. And as I continued my career, I strive to be the leader and the mentor like those people that I have met when I was a medical student here. So thank you so much for this honor.
Next is the Robert L. Haney, MD, PhD, class of 1972 and 1978 Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award, my friend. Dr. Haney is here. Would you please stand with your lovely wife, Edwina? He was also my daughter's society dean as well. This award, which is presented to an individual whose work on behalf of diverse populations in the general and/or medical communities has significantly addressed systemic or unconscious bias, improved the lot of people whose health has suffered because of systemic or unconscious bias, or enhance the professional opportunities of members of ethnic, racial groups, and cultural groups that are underrepresented in healthcare fields. The 2023 recipient is Evelyn Molina Dacker, the class of 1993. Dr. Dacker is a bicultural, bilingual, trauma-informed, integrative family physician who specializes in sexual wellness, menopause, and hormones, and vitality throughout life. Her unique approach to health incorporates pleasure as an important aspect for healing trauma and illness. In addition to practicing medicine, she specializes in teaching a sex-positive approach to sexually transmitted disease and is the creator of a unique framework for intimacy communication. She works towards incorporating sexuality into primary care through educating healthcare providers on sex positivity. In addition, she holds workshops on consent and sexual communication geared towards young adults to help reduce sexual assault on college campuses. She is certified in functional medicine through the Institute of Functional Medicine and board certified in holistic and integrative medicine. She is a member of the International Society for the Study of Women's Sexual Health and the National Coalition for Sexual Health and the American Academy of Family Medicine. Unfortunately, Dr. Dacker wasn't able to be with us in person tonight, but I believe she has a really great video for us from Berlin, Germany.
Sorry I couldn't be here tonight, but I just want to thank all of my alumni, fellow students, and medical school for honoring me with this award for the Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity Award from the School of Medicine. This award means a lot to me in my work, beyond just getting the degree of medicine. I have spent most of my career really helping others be able to gain the most of their wellness and health. A lot of my work is done around sexuality, sexual communication, gender, sexual orientation, and really normalizing the fact that this is part of the human experience and is actually very much linked to our wellness, our connection with others. And I'm so honored to be noted for this work. I accept this award not only on my behalf, but on the behalf of all the people that I work with, all the people who have been touched by my work, and very much to the best medical school that I could have imagined ever going to. Thank you very much.
Next are the 2023 Distinguished Alumni Awards. These awards are one of the School of Medicine's highest alumni honors and are presented in two categories: Distinguished MD and Distinguished MD PhD or med-related PhD categories. The recipient of the 2023 Distinguished Alumni Award in the MD category is Amelia Benjamin, class of 1983. Dr. Benjamin is a cardiologist at Boston Medical Center and an investigator at the Framingham Heart Study. She is one of the most highly cited researchers in clinical medicine. Her expertise in the genetic epidemiology of atrial fibrillation has helped elucidate the risk factors and mechanisms that underlie the development of abnormal heart rhythm. The American Heart Association has recognized her contributions with the 2016 Gold Heart Award, the 2015 Paul Dudley White Award, the 2013 Functional Genomics and Translational Biology Council Mentoring Award, and the 2012 Women in Cardiology Mentoring Award. In addition to her research, Dr. Benjamin has a long track record of mentoring junior faculty. She serves as the Vice Chair for Faculty Development and Diversity in Boston University's Department of Medicine, where she won the 2011 Excellence in Research Mentoring Award. She currently is the Assistant Provost for Faculty Development for Boston University's medical campus. Unfortunately, Dr. Benjamin was not able to join us tonight, but she recorded a message for us.
Thank you. I have to say that I was completely and entirely stunned when I opened up the email, probably because if you had polled my classmates when we graduated, I would have been in the bottom half of people most likely to succeed. I had a rather ignominious medical school career and feel a bit like a phoenix rising from the ashes. I have to say that I have profound gratitude to Case Western because Case Western was the only medical school who took a chance on me and accepted me. When I got to Case, I promptly failed my first exam. And I would say that I didn't kind of have a near miss experience. I defined the bottom end of the curve. I am chagrined to admit that I did not deal with that well. I had graduated with honors from an Ivy League and hadn't seen that one coming. And to be honest with you, did not have a plan B. My plan B, I'm embarrassed to admit, was that I was going to commit suicide. Obviously, I didn't. I ended up passing the rest of my classes and somehow made it through. And for that, I again want to give gratitude to Case Western. First, they helped me find a psychiatrist, Ivy Boyle, who was incredibly helpful and patched me through. And then I also wanted to express my profound gratitude to two close friends, May Wakamatsu and Margie Greenfield, who helped me in my darkest hour of my life. And I also am grateful to Case Western because it got me to my dream residency, which was the old Boston City Hospital, where I finally found my people, my clinical colleagues who've been unbelievably supportive, amazing patients who have taught me so much, and a mission that I deeply believed in. I also feel profoundly grateful to my mentees, most of whom are far more productive, far more clever than I've been, and have been single-handedly responsible for the success and, frankly, the joy of my career. So it's a little odd to start out an award thank you with a narrative of failure. And I do it for two reasons. First, the failure, the old Nietzsche quote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I know that it's informed my passion for faculty development because I've had a number of stumbles over my career to make sure that every faculty member on the Boston University Medical Campus feels included and can thrive through programs, mentoring, and coaching. And finally, if you see a struggling medical student, please reach out to them. Please see the best in them. We know that about a quarter of medical students are depressed. We know that women tend to be more depressed than their male counterparts. And who knows, maybe that medical student will be sitting here 40 years from now saying, thank you for everything you've done for me. I really appreciate it. I wish I could be there with you in person. I have a leadership commitment that conflicts, but I'm with you in spirit. And hopefully I'll be there for the 50th. Take care.
Wow, that's a tough act to follow. We actually have two recipients of the 2023 Distinguished Alumni Award in the PhD and MD PhD category, and it's my pleasure to introduce the first of them. This is Angela Caliendo, Graduate Studies graduate, class of 1983, and School of Medicine class of 1987. Dr. Caliendo is the Warren Alpert Foundation Professor and Executive Vice Chair of Medicine and President of Brown Physicians, Inc. at the Alpert Medical School of Brown University. She is a leader in infectious diseases medicine and the development of molecular diagnostic tests for the detection and quantification of infectious diseases. She is currently a member of the laboratory work group of the advisory committee to the director of the CDC and served as chair of the Diagnostic Task Force for the Infectious Diseases Society of America, chair of the FDA Microbiology Devices Committee, and a member of the Infectious Disease Society of America's Guidelines Committee on the Diagnosis of COVID-19. In these roles, she has led the Society's policy initiatives related to clinical diagnostics, which have resulted in several publications, increasing congressional awareness on the need to support new infectious diseases diagnostic technologies. Unfortunately, Dr. Caliendo wasn't able to join us in person tonight, but she recorded this message for us.
I'd like to thank the Medical Alumni Awards Committee for this honor. I'm really grateful to be recognized in such a meaningful way from an institution that I hold in such high regard. You know, I remember when I matched at the Brigham years ago. It was for my internship in residency in internal medicine. And it was very intimidating. And I wondered if I belonged there. But I quickly realized that I was very well trained. I started my internship in the ICU and found that the innovative curriculum at Case had served me very well. I was, in fact, comfortable caring for patients with complex medical problems. And my training here at Case, both in graduate and the medical school, really formed the foundation on which I've been able to build my academic career. You know, I'm a proud alumni, and I'm grateful, not only for the graduate medical education that I received, but also for Case's commitment to DEI. You know, as a first and still only to medical school in my family, I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to attend this distinguished institution. And what we see all around us is that amazing things happen when ordinary people are given opportunities, and the outcomes can be extraordinary. So thanks to the institution for its focus on this critically important issue. Finally, a career in medicine takes support and mentorship from many. And I would like to thank those that have helped me over the years, none more important than my wife, Susan. So thank you for this wonderful award. I'm sorry that I'm unable to attend in person, and I hope you enjoy the remainder of the weekend.
The second recipient of the 2023 Distinguished Alumni Award in the PhD and MD PhD category is Annalise Rodriguez, Graduate Studies Class of 2008 and School of Medicine Class of 2009. Dr. Rodriguez is an Associate Professor, Director of Neurosurgical Oncology, and Vice Chair of Research in the Department of Neurosurgery at the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences. She is board certified by the American Board of Neurological Surgery. Dr. Rodriguez attended New College of Florida, which is the honors college of Florida State University System, where she majored in chemistry. At 19 years old, she matriculated at the National Institute of Health-sponsored Medical Scientist Training Program here at Case Western Reserve University, obtaining both her MD and PhD. She finished the MSTP program in 6 years. Dr. Rodriguez then completed her neurosurgical residency at Wake Forest University Medical Center. Her neurosurgical oncology fellowship was completed at City of Hope National Medical Center, which specializes in immunotherapy clinical trials. Dr. Rodriguez, in recognition of your distinguished career, please come forward to accept this award. Appreciate it. You have it open? Here's your books. Thank you so much.
To say I was surprised to get that email is an understatement. I am always forever grateful to the school who took a chance on me, just a young girl in Florida that went to an obscure college until recently with all the news. And also, I felt that the reason I wanted to go to Case Western was honestly my dream school. I heard about it from another student. And then I read about it online and found out that they had the first MD PhD program in the nation. And I would go on the website every day pretty much after I put in my application and just pray that I would get accepted. So I'm very grateful for everyone. It's really great to see Dean Haney, Dean Smith in the audience, Dr. Anderson, my PhD advisor, who someone told me that, wow, you got into his lab, he's really famous. And then I saw a poster that he was in the Institute of Medicine, and I didn't know that. So I think that was just to show how extraordinary a lot of our faculty were. And lastly, I would like to say that when I was towards the end of my medical school time, a paper came out in the field of neurosurgery that was actually very famous about a call to women entering neurosurgery. And Case Western had 12 female graduates in terms of that have finished neurosurgery residency. So I just happened to go to one of the places that has been the top producers of female neurosurgeons in the nation, unbeknownst to me. And I've always been just very proud to have gone to this school. Thank you so much.
Each year, the Medical Alumni Board selects an honorary alumnus as part of our annual awards program. This award is bestowed to someone who did not graduate from the School of Medicine, but who has had a distinguished career. And I'm pleased to note that this year's honoree is Ro Green, our 2023 honorary alumnus. Now, you might notice that Ms. Green does not yet have an MD or PhD degree. We love her none the same because she is a remarkable patron of the arts, a community activist, a chief executive officer of the Ro Green Philanthropic Foundation, with a Bachelor of Arts in Theater and Communications from the University of Colorado and a master's degree in theater from Kent State University. Her expertise in stage and business management includes Kane Park, Cleveland Orchestra, Cincinnati Playhouse in the Park, and our own Cleveland Playhouse. Incredibly, Ro Green is President Emeritus of CAVORT, which stands for the Conference About Volunteers of Regional Theaters, serves on the Kent State University School of Theater and Dance Advisory Board, the Foundation Board of Kent State University, and the Board of Port House Theater, Board of the Maltz Juniper Theater in Juniper, Florida, and on the board of Cleveland Playhouse. She is responsible for the Ro Green Visiting Director Series for the School of Theater and Dance at Kent State and at the University of Colorado. She has received numerous, as you can imagine, awards for her support of the arts and new play development. The 2009 State of Ohio Governor's Award for Arts Patron, the Dramatist Guild Patron of the Arts Award in 2013, the Muse Award in 2014, and the Cultural Council of the Palm Beach County. In 2013, she received the Cleveland Playhouse Centennial Star Award that recognizes select individuals who've made special and important contributions to their rich legacy of artistic and educational program. And I would note that she is now dispensed the Ro Green Award at the Cleveland Playhouse, which recognizes a playwright and the development of a new work. With all of that, she has found time for Case Western Reserve University as a special patron of the university. In October 2021, She marked both the opening of the Road Green Proscenium Theater at the CWRU Maltz Performing Arts Center, as well as Ben's Place, a reimagined student center and event center at our School of Law. In 2023, she received an honorary degree in human letters from Kent State. I go through all of this because it is just remarkable how much Road Green has accomplished and continues to accomplish. And in this trying moment, I would like to also call out her support for Israel in the arts, both here and in Jerusalem, where she created the Road Green Gallery of the Bezalel Academy for Art and Design and the Road Green Gallery of the Jewish Federation here in Cleveland. And while art heals, and we certainly had music as well this evening, we hope our international community can return to the time when we can enjoy art for its pleasure and insight, and well beyond the pain that we are all feeling. At university hospitals, Road Green has supported the Travelers Clinic, and our community travels safely to distant lands because she has helped physicians, clinicians, and investigators receive the proper vaccinations so they can travel worldwide to conduct medical care and medical research. Her support for the mission of medicine is really unsurpassed. So, Ro, in recognition of your dedication to the university and the School of Medicine's mission and vision, please come to accept this award.
Good evening, and thank you to the Medical Alumni Board for this prestigious award, and to Dean Gerson for your warm welcome. I am thrilled to be recognized as an honorary alumna of the School of Medicine. I should note that earlier this year, Kent State University presented me with an honorary doctorate, and so at this rate, a doctorate and a medical school alumna, who knows, the next time you see me, I may be performing surgery at a hospital near you. I am a trustee of the university and a longtime supporter of Case Western Reserve, and this is not my first interaction with the field of medicine on our campus. In 2007, I was pleased to support a successful partnership with the School of Law that brought Lori Andrews to campus to speak about the ethics of cloning. My current connection to the School of Medicine comes through a shared interest in the Uganda Case Western Reserve University research collaboration, and more specifically, the creation of a Center for Research, Training, and Education in Kampala, and a place for alumni to meet. The School of Medicine is building upon an existing partnership with university hospitals and Make Here University to create a physical home for ongoing activities that span more than 34 years in Uganda. The center provides a dedicated and shared space, something that is sorely needed. It will house and support activities of the collective, bolstering an innovative international partnership that has trained more than 135 students in advanced clinical care and preventative therapy for individuals facing diagnoses like HIV, hepatitis B, and tuberculosis. Opportunities and projects like this appeal to me on a personal level because they embody teamwork, trust, and boldness. The Uganda partnership is especially noteworthy as it not only navigates the realities of large-scale collaboration, but does so with an added layer of 7,447 miles between the partners. In recognition of all that it has achieved and the promise of what lies ahead with a dedicated center for research, training, and education, I am proud to place my support behind the Uganda Case Western Reserve University research collaboration. I believe with confidence that the School of Medicine and its partners, university hospitals, and Make Here University will optimize the new center to ensure it becomes a global destination for medical excellence, and that the next 35 years of the collaborative will be even more productive than the last. Thank you once again for selecting me as this year's honorary alumna.
I have a last and definitely not least award, and that is the Lifetime Achievement Award of the School of Medicine, which this year I am delighted to be able to present to a alumnus, class of 1973 member and board member of our university, Dr. Vince Guadiani. In Vince's own words, and we've heard it a few times just to reinforce it, a mentor is an important figure in medicine. He reminds us that's the name Athena assumed when she descended from Olympus to advise Odysseus on his difficult journey home. And certainly in medicine, we have many difficult journeys. Some gods opposed his return, but Athena, as mentor, not only gives advice, but changes appearances to make sure that he can sail through when Odysseus gets home. Vince was a scholarship kid in a boarding school who made it to Harvard and decided to have English as his area of concentration and lived in Eliot House. There he met his first mentor, Candace, who soon became his spouse, and she has remained with him to offer advice and occasionally, as Vince says, to change his appearance. He spent a few gap years after college as an assistant in a cardiac dog surgery lab, and then applied to our medical school and received a call from Dean of Admissions, Jack Coy. I'm not sure Jack had an admissions committee. I get the impression it was like Jack all or none, but okay. And Jack became his second mentor when Jack said, you know, there's something in there and our job is to get that spark out and get it going. Vince actually liked medical school, his classmates, went on to study general surgery at university hospitals, and then cardiac surgery at the NIH, and then moved on to Stanford. After he finished his cardiothoracic residency and fellowship, he realized that large hospital politics wasn't really his game, and he moved into a practice setting in the Bay Area. But in his perch from the operating room, he learned electrophysiology, complex aortic and valve operations, developed a number of patents, and participated in more than a few startups. In his own words, I could focus on operating and studying because my wife was raising our three wonderful daughters and organizing our life. Like Darwin's finches, I evolved exactly to the environment around me. Only a few get that opportunity. In the Palo Alto area, he's a legend, having performed more than 10,000 cardiac procedures, encouraging and mentoring younger colleagues to not only operate, but to spend more time weightlifting, and I've had that conversation. Keeps close with his family and friends and his patients after they're recovering from surgery. And like most cardiothoracic surgeons, practices an incredibly healthy lifestyle, except perhaps never slowing down. He also worked closely with Tom Fogarty, a legend at Stanford, a third mentor for him in the cardiothoracic space. And in a commentary to Dr. Fogarty, Vince made the following comments. Operating makes profound sense to me, and that means I'm able to perform very difficult surgery that often others aren't able to do. I've been given the gifts of being fast, accurate, and unafraid, and I feel I have to use this gift passionately as long as I can. The Guadianis consistently give back to the school that supported them, from scholarship support to the emergency student loan fund when COVID hit. He serves and helps us out tremendously, and as a member of the CWU Board of Trustees, I've seen him in action, often asking the toughest question in the room, while counseling our leadership about the needs and supports for students in medicine and other disciplines. He's become a special mentor to Case Western Reserve University and to the School of Medicine, and his sound advice and wise counsel ensure our future as a leading educational institution. Dr. Guadiani, in recognition of your extraordinary career in medicine, your devotion to your students, and your pride in being an alumnus, please come forward to accept this award.
Well, I was sure when this email came that they'd sent it to the wrong person, because I've had the great joy of spending my entire career doing exactly what I was good at and what I wanted to do. And that is largely the result of having married the right person, my wife Candace, and having had the extraordinary luck of Jack Coy detecting the undetectable at the time, as I was mostly interested in poetry and chasing my wife. But somehow I found that the operating room was my second home, and I've spent all of my time going between my two houses. I never go to work. I'm either going to my home with my wife or my home in the operating room. And so it's been tremendous fun for me, and nobody's had a better life at it. And I feel tremendous gratitude to the School of Medicine and to Case Western Reserve University for making this opportunity available to me, because it doesn't happen very often that somebody gets to do in life exactly what he had the right gifts to do. So I'm very grateful, Stan. Thank you for this terrible mistake.
He made it down without slipping, and that's a good sign. So I want to thank our Medical Alumni Board and the Awards Committee for their incredible selections. We're going to close our program now, but I have one more item to present, and that is I'm going to turn it back to Drs. Dara and Sursig to provide us with a little bit of a kickstart on the rest of our weekend.
I think on behalf of the Case Western School of Medicine Alumni Association, we would like to present this check for $7,369,452.48 to Dr. Dean Stangerson.
Wow. I don't know how, but that amount goes up every year, and it helps us move our scholarship program forward. I've had many conversations yesterday and today about the importance of our scholarship program for our medical students. So it's incredibly important for us as we move forward, and as we move forward with the goals and strategic planning of our incredible president, President Kaler, as we expand the research programs across our schools. So I think I think you all have, I hope, champagne. So we're going to bring it up on stage behind me, and I'll take one to add my celebratory raise of the glass to help us celebrate the incredible support of you to our school, and the school to support all of you. It's been another amazing year for our medical education, leading edge breakthroughs. It's been an incredibly satisfying effort as we manage through the complexities of our current environment, both local and worldwide. I wish you all health, happiness, and peace. And with that, I will close the program, but we're still all here, so please keep your conversation going. Thank you.